We love our country. I love our country. I know we all do. That's why everybody's here right now. We love our country. We take pride in the privilege of being American. And this is a moment where we can and must come together as Americans, understanding we have so much more in common than what separates us. Let's come together with the character that we are so proud of about who we are, which is we are an optimistic people. We are an optimistic people. Americans, by character, are people who have dreams and ambitions and aspirations. We believe in what is possible. We believe in what can be. And we believe in fighting for that. That's how we came into being. Because the people before us understood that one of the greatest expressions for the love of our country, one of the greatest expressions of patriotism, is to fight for the ideals of who we are, which includes freedom to make decisions about your own body, freedom to be safe from gun violence, freedom to have access to the ballot box, freedom to be who you are and just be, to love who you love openly and with pride, freedom to just be. And that's...
Did y'all hear Oprah? Boy, this might be the best video on the channel. Look at this.
Americans.
Woo! Y'all thought I was gonna cover it. I had to cover it, man. This is trending worldwide. And the serious question, how is anybody casting a vote for this? I just don't see it. I'm sorry. And Democrats, you dead wrong. You dead wrong for this. Y'all could have had a better ticket. They have to rig this thing up. I'm telling you. For this lady to come out with some possible win. I'm just saying now. Because if things are done fair, Trump wins in a landslide. You know, you might not like the man. You might be Trump deranged. But this is what you're left with. You might be Trump deranged TDS stage 4. But this is what you're left with. And don't worry, the video just started. They asked this lady simple questions. Things that matter, things that affect everybody's everyday life. She can't answer a simple question on the economy. It's a word salad, word spaghetti. She's trying to find words for her word salads. A preacher, motivational speaker. The middle class. They should be ashamed of themselves. What an absolute disgrace.
And that's who we are. We believe in all that. And so this is a moment where we stand knowing what we are fighting for. We're not fighting against. It's what we're fighting for.
Thank you. Thank you.
We really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Yeah, first of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family and working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been And we need to deal with that.
Can we? Oh my god! Yeah. And we're gonna start it back from the beginning so y'all can hear what was asked.
We really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Simple. And then look at her. Look, look. This right here explains her presidency. Right here. There's the face. There's the face. There is the face. This woman is stressed out, y'all. Because she has no plan. Sorry to hurt your little feelings. I know some of y'all are Trump haters, Trump deranged, but you know, this is what you're left with. Same how we were left with Joe's sound asleep, ice cream cone fell on the floor. Wake up, Mr. President. Wake up, Mr. President. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun is out. He went on vacation. That fella that went on 6 vacations in the past week. How is it possible? You know, and everybody complains about the past years, the last 3.5, 4 years. But here's your vice president. Here she is in the flesh. Did y'all hear what the question was asked? Just hear the question. Look at her. Look at her face. This explains her presidency.
We really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Yeah, first of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams.
Oh my God, you just can't make this up, man. Oh my goodness. They say, Rick, don't say it in vain. I apologize, y'all. Y'all know him. But this is ridiculous, man. I didn't think it was gonna be this bad. I had a little bit of hope and faith for the Democrats and the left, man. That she wouldn't be this bad. That they would give her a little, some more thing, some answers that for her to repeat or something. That they would write down and make her memorize some kind of, note card or something. But this ain't it. I'm sorry, y'all. I look at this thing on both sides. As an independent conservative, we look at both sides, man. Both sides. This ain't it. And you seen there's more clips I'm finna show y'all, but y'all seen Oprah. She knew it was a train wreck. She didn't stop the show. And then she started the show saying that she was in the airport and that a black guy told her as she was going through the airport that he's voting for Trump. Don't worry, I'll play the clip for you.
On the way here, when I was coming through the airport, black man stopped me and he said I guess he knew I was coming here for something like this. And he goes, well, I'm just tell you, I'm voting for Trump.
I need y'all to hear this. Hear this. I need you guys to hear this.
On the way here, when I was coming through the airport, black man stopped me and he said I guess he knew I was coming here for something like this. And he goes, well, I'm just tell you, I'm voting for Trump.
We usually don't give Oprah any shout outs, but shout out to Oprah for that one right there. She shined a light I didn't think she was going to shine. She shined a light I didn't think she was going to shine. But it's truth. Right now, Trump's support with blacks is skyrocketing, higher than these previous years. And it's a lot of things that have been done to him, how they've come after a political opponent, sham trials, rigged debates, fake headlines, bias reporting, fake news. And there are tons of people. And I'll tell you one thing that is playing a huge factor in this is the media, social media, independent media, us content creators. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X. Shout out to Elon Musk. But they've now seen things that have been debunked. They've seen what Trump actually said. They see what America needs right now. And they say, well, Trump was right. They love what he stands for now. They love his policies. They see that it's actually common sense. America first. We the people first. People are waking up. Millions and millions of people are waking up, you guys. Anti-Trumpers, never Trumpers, on the Trump train. People that have voted Democrats their entire life, on the Trump train. But I again have to give it to Oprah for shining that light, for sharing that story. Now this fella's wearing, if you didn't see it, he's wearing "Win with Black Men" shirt. Win with black men. And like I told y'all, Trump is skyrocketing with blacks right now, with the black support. And y'all know I'm not a race baiter, not a race hustler. Y'all know what I stand for, what I believe, and it's simple. One love to the human race. One love. We all bleed the same. We all got to die one day. And I'm wishing the best for you and your family, your kids, your friends, the neighbors, the strangers around the world. Love to my brothers and sisters in this fast time travel that we live in. I love you guys, man. I don't see color. Simple. I do not see color. But I know we talk about politics, we talk about the election, we talk about, the biggest problems and issues, policy, you always have to factor in race card, gender, it's just stuff like that, We just can't run away from it. You can't hide it. But Trump's support with blacks is skyrocketing. It is. People are sick and tired. Sick and tired. And more people are thinking for themselves and doing more research than ever. And I ask y'all, continue to do your research, continue to think for yourself, and understand how corrupt it is. We are not against a candidate. We are against a machine. And I tell you, the Democrats, they're kind of freaking out and panicking because this lady is glitching their machine. She is glitching their machine, man. And she's put more people on the fence than ever because she just can't complete a sentence. She can't tell you an actual plan. You see what Trump is often, it's no script. It's real, it's authentic. He's going to be himself. He's going to call it for what it is. It might hurt your feelings. It might make you laugh. But it's real. It's authentic. The leadership is completely different. There isn't a Project 2025 for Trump's presidency. Sorry. All these lies and stuff that they're spreading, this brainwashing that's going on, people are waking up and seeing that, especially blacks. But huge shout out to Oprah for sharing that story and shining light on that, you guys. Let me know what y'all think. Border plan, oh boy.
Having to deal with this lie that has endangered the lives of Haitian people and anybody who looks Haitian. Everybody in America feels for that. And everybody in America, left, right, middle, has concerns about immigration.
Yeah.
And I'm told that Justin, where are you in the audience? Justin.
Hello.
In our audience.
Hello, Madam Vice President.
You live in Michigan.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't you love saying hello, Madam Vice President?
I do.
What's your question? It's an immigration question.
My question for you is, when you become president, what would be your specific steps? Yeah, of course. What would be your specific steps to strengthening the border?
So it's a wonderful and important question. My background was as a prosecutor, and I was also the elected attorney.
There we go again, you see? All I can do is show it to you guys, man. It's the exact same stuff.
Attorney General for 2 terms of a border state. So this is not a theoretical issue for me. This is something I've actually worked on. Okay. I have prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. I take very seriously the importance of having a secure border and ensuring the safety of the American people. Sadly, where we are now can be traced most recently back to the fact that when the United States Congress, members of the Congress, including some of the most conservative Republicans, came up with a border security bill. And here's what that border security bill would have done. It would have put 1,500 more border agents at the border. Let me tell you, those border agents are working around the clock. It would have just been about giving them some support and relief, which is probably why the border agents actually endorsed the bill. It would have allowed us to stem the flow of fentanyl. And I'm looking at people from all over the country.
Would still allow millions to come in, you know. The bill still funding the war. You know, it's there's a reason why they voted, why they didn't want it. There's a reason why. There's a reason why, man. But she still continues this crap. Still continues this crap, y'all. And now everybody understands what Trump was talking about.
Here. So I don't need to tell the folks who are watching this what fentanyl has done to families, to kids in our country, and the need to take seriously stemming the flow coming into our country and addressing that extraordinary and tragic issue in terms of its effect. The bill would have allowed us to have more resources to prosecute transnational criminal organizations. And it would have been part of the solution. And Donald Trump called up those folks and said, don't put that bill on the floor for a vote. He blocked the bill, and you know why? Why? Because he'd prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And he has put his personal political security before border security. Because understand, even in the intervening months, what that bill would have done to give support to folks who care about this issue. And this again gets to the point about what does leadership really look like? And is it about you or is it about the people? Right. Is it about running on problems or fixing problems? My work and my career has always been about saying, let's fix problems. Let's address the needs, because we know it's within our capacity to do that.
So to answer Justin's question, now that that bill has gone and hasn't passed, will you reintroduce that?
Absolutely. And when I am elected president of the United States, I will make sure that bill gets to my desk. I'm a gun owner. Tim Walz is a gun.
I did not know that.
If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
Yes, I hear that. I hear that.
Probably should not have said that.
But
My staff will deal with that later.
Mandatory as your gun buyback program.
It's mandatory.
Second Amendment.
The Second Amendment, listen, we're going to have to do it the right way. There's no question about that. But we don't have any, we have to get these guns off the street. Responsible behaviors among everybody in the community, and just because you legally possess a gun in the sanctity of your locked home doesn't mean that we're not going to walk into that home and check to see if you're being responsible and safe in the way you conduct your affairs.
Have you heard from
Senator, I'm curious though, because not one candidate who has very similar plans to what you have when it comes to guns never really seems to talk about the process of perhaps banning certain guns. Does it involve law enforcement essentially going to people's houses looking for specific banned guns? Does it involve perhaps creating a database of people who are legal gun owners? I mean, what kind of process are we talking about here?
Well, first of all, as a point of distinction, I believe I'm the only one who has said that she will take executive action. So mine is not just a plan with some plan for legislation. I'm actually prepared to take executive action to put in place rules that improve this situation.
Shout out to my brother Greg, man. I'll bring him on the show a little bit and see what he had to say.
Alright, so we got to talk about what yet again is another word salad interview from Kamala Harris, okay? And I honestly can't even call it an interview as much as it really is just flat out propaganda.
And this movement that we're in about, as I like to say, seeing in the face of a stranger a neighbor.
yes,
Right?
yes.
An extension of love thy neighbor, that you literally in the face of a stranger see a neighbor.
Yes.
And approach each other with that level of dignity and grace and kindness.
Well, that's exactly what happened with the win with Black women.
And this time we got to talk about Oprah, who hosted a town hall for Kamala Harris. We know that Oprah is openly supporting the Democrat Party, so this is not a real interview.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just as rigged and fake and scripted as the National Association of Black Journalists interview that Kamala Harris did, in which she got softball after softball after softball question. In fact, every interview that Kamala Harris has done so far has been nothing but a complete and total softball. Okay, this is not
Softball.
really any different, right? But, you know, during this town hall, you had a bunch of Hollywood weird weirdos, progressive liberal women, and low testosterone, questionable men, right? That is what this town hall was composed of. And it was supposed to be asking Kamala Harris questions in a way to make it look authentic, right? Even though, again, all of these questions were scripted, they were pre-approved, okay? The people were screened, they were probably actors, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, they basically got picked to ask Kamala Harris softball questions, and Kamala Harris just couldn't knock one out of the park, right? I mean, this is basically how her whole campaign has been. She has basically tried to word salad her way through every softball question. And at one point during this town hall, Oprah had to cut off Kamala in the middle of an extra long word salad in response to a very simple question. It took Kamala Harris about 3.5 minutes to actually answer the question. I'm going to show you guys Kamala's answer, but I have to fast forward because she's just saying so many things that have nothing to do with answering the question. Up until the point where Oprah has to like stop her and say, okay, are you going to answer the question? What are you going to do to fix the border?
He had a really good take on this part.
Into it.
Rachel and Garrett are joining us on Zoom from Pennsylvania, and I understand your sister and brother-in-law moved in, and you're hoping to save money to have a second child?
That's right. Hi, Oprah. Hi, Madam Vice President. It's nice to be with you all.
Yes.
Hi.
And so, what did you want to say to the Vice President?
So, Madam Vice President, we are, like many, many young Americans, just experiencing a very high cost of living. We ended up giving up our apartment, moving in with our parents, who were so gracious to take us in for over a year so that we could save money and ultimately buy a home, because that's what we thought the American dream was, to get married and buy a home and have a baby. And now here we are, and our mortgage is incredibly higher than what we thought it would be. And my sister and our brother-in-law are living with us right now so that they can hopefully one day do the same. same. And while it's beneficial for us because they help us pay off some of our mortgage, it's also beneficial for them because they can save on cheaper rent. But we really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Yeah, first of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family. And
I just knew he was gonna break out laughing, bro. It's like how like like, bro, how is this presidential to y'all, bro? How is this like? That's why he's laughing. It's how is this lady bro? How does she make it past 150 in the electoral college? I just don't see it, bro. And what they're hoping and praying for, I tell you, they're better off under Trump's policy.
working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive.
Again, I showed y'all this clip, but I didn't show y'all the full clip. So that's why I had to bring. I wanted to bring show this clip of Greg's take on this part. But make sure y'all go check out Greg, man. Black Conservative Perspective. In the description box down below, I will leave his link to his video as well. But man, you just can't make this stuff up, man. Oprah sitting over there like, oh my goodness. But hey, she's a lady. She's madam. She's madam. Madam. You know. Hell with celebrities, elites, Hollywood, Hollyweird. The hell with it, man. Absolute disgrace. And it's sad. This woman is you know, they've given her softball after softball, note cards. Remember this, Kamala. Remember this. Remember this, please. You're glitching our system. You're glitching us. Stop glitching. They've programmed it in her, and she still can't get out the program. Unbelievable.
Wow. This woman is literally being coached to not answer questions, right? There's no doubt in my mind at this point it's just being done on purpose because they believe that the American people are stupid. She is purposely filibustering every answer that she gives to a question because she doesn't actually really want to answer the question. She doesn't want to. She doesn't have an answer. So it's just a bunch of filibuster with a whole bunch of nonsense, right? A lot of the why, okay? Why do we need to lower cost? Okay, everybody knows why we need to lower costs, okay? Everybody knows it's a problem. What we want to hear is the what, and most importantly, the how. She doesn't have the what, she doesn't have the how, okay? So she has to filibuster with the why.
And we need to deal with that. And there are a number of ways. One is bringing down the cost of everyday necessities, including groceries. So that's why I'm taking on, for example, price gouging. Which is when, you know, most companies and corporations are good, but for those bad ones, they take advantage of people, especially during a pandemic or extreme weather, and they end up jacking up prices, and there needs to be accountability and consequence for that. So,
okay, there is no price gouging, okay? Kamala wants communist-style price controls. That's what she wants, right? That's what she's actually proposing when she proposes trying to crack down on price gouging. This is stuff that is already handled by the states, okay, is handled by the Federal Trade Commission. This is not something that Kamala Harris should be concerned about.
So I'm going to be taking on price gouging. But it's also about dealing with what we need to do around home ownership, right? So as someone mentioned during this film, look, I grew up a child of a mother who worked very hard.
Oh,
she raised me and my sister.
Here we go again.
And she saved up, and by the time I was a teenager, she was able to buy a home. And we grew up actually for a long time in an apartment on top of a child care center that was owned by the woman we called our second mother because she helped my mother raise us. And she was a small business owner, Miss Shelton. So I'll bring all this together to tell you the way I think about it is, one, when people work hard and have a dream of buying a home, we should give you the opportunity to be able to do that, which is why part of my plan is for first-time homeowners, buyers, to have a $25,000 down payment assistance to buy your first home.
Okay, she's still not answering the question, because what she's saying does not really relate to these individuals at all, because
Thank you. I'm so glad. I couldn't be the only one that I couldn't be the only one, man. I couldn't. This is absolutely ridiculous. I just don't see how she makes it past 150, man. Sorry.
Already bought their first home, right? So this won't apply to them, okay? This won't apply to them. Again, she has no real answers here. Furthermore, this $25,000 to buy a home thing, again, is going to do nothing but make the problem worse, because it's going to create more inflation in the housing market, right? So
Simple.
she's literally giving an answer that's going to make things even worse, okay, in regards to being able to...
And I've been to, in the market, looking at homes, talking to realtors. They're laughing at this lady. I'll be honest with y'all, man. They're laughing. I've been looking to do, I've been to doing, y'all know who I am, man. And I've been very woo, boy, let me calm down. My blood pressure getting high. But I'm into, I'm a businessman. I'm an investor, and I've been working on tons of investments. I've invested into you guys. We've sent out thousands and thousands of gifts. We've made sure a lot of people have gotten taken care of. We've donated to people. We've supported people's GoFundMes. We've supported people that are struggling, families. You guys know who I am, man. So this is why I speak with a heavy heart. I speak with common sense, because I'm sick of this crap, man. And there are people are people are laughing at this lady, man. And it's sad that people are saying, did this lady take basic economics? It's crap, man. And this is why it's word salads. I know people don't want to hear it, but it's the truth, man.
Afford the American dream. But what the answer should be from the Republican perspective, this is what Trump should say, if he's asked this question, and I really hope that he answers this question like this, is that people got to understand there's a difference between wages and real wages, right? So real wages are wages adjusted for inflation. The problem with our current economy is that wages aren't keeping up with inflation. In order to deal with inflation, we have to stop government spending. We cannot continue to spend so much money, while at the same time, we need to acknowledge that prices are not going to come down in the sense that you're going to have massive deflation. Not unless there's an economic crash, right? That's the only way that you're going to see mass deflation in which prices are going to come down. And this is why politicians should be talking about purchasing power in relation to affordability. Okay, this is what we really should be discussing, right? And this is why I like Trump's policy of no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. The reason why I like that is because that is a way for the government to incentivize people to work more, to earn more money, to let them keep more of their money in order to help out with their financial situation. But the government also needs to stop spending, right? We need to actually cut back on the entitlements. We need to incentivize people to actually go to work, to get jobs, okay? So we don't have to hire illegal immigrants to do these jobs, right? These are the things that we need to do in order to help increase people's purchasing power, okay? We need to get wage growth above inflation. Once we get wage growth above inflation, then you will see affordability get better for the American people. Now, in this situation right here, the real answer to their question lies in the man, right? This guy right here, he should be working all the time, right? You want to have a second kid, you got to step up and be a man, right? You need to get in there, put in some overtime, right? Yeah, you're going to have to lose some sleep, okay? You might not be able to spend as much time at the house, okay? But at the same time, your duty as a man is to go out there and to work and to provide. So again,
Amen.
Trump's policy of no tax on overtime could help out a guy like this, assuming that he's hourly and eligible for overtime. That is, but if he is, Trump's policy would massively help out because he could work more and she hopefully doesn't have to work as much, right? And that is kind of how things should be, right? The man should be working, okay? Working his ass off to provide for his family, not looking for government handouts, right? So that is the real answer to this question. But again, Kamala doesn't have anything.
But hey, when we start speaking like this, people don't want to hear it. They call us racist, you know. You know, I just don't understand, man. We make excuses. And again, DEI, this lady right here, didn't earn it. Drunk entire inventory, not qualified. She has no plan. Sorry to break it to you.
Again, accept handouts.
Because people just need to be able to get their foot in the door, and then you'll do the hard work. Part of my plan is what we need to do to support small businesses, because my second mother was a small business owner, and I love our small businesses and our small business owners.
Wow.
They are not only business leaders, they are community leaders. They mentor, they hire locally, and we have so many entrepreneurs in our country who have great ideas, incredible work ethic, but not necessarily access to capital, because not everybody, like my opponent, was handed $400 million on a silver plate that he filed bankruptcy 6 times on.
Now she's saying this crap. You just can't pick this up, man.
And so part of my plan is to...
Yeah, she's been listening to Mark Cuban too much, right? I can listen to her and tell that she's been taking advice from Mark Cuban with all the startup talk and stuff like that. And I can tell she doesn't really know the language like that. She's just repeating what she's been told to say. She has nothing, right? She has absolutely nothing. This is like a 2 to 3 minute word salad where she has not answered the question. I mean, this is getting to the point where it's like, it's ridiculous. Like, the interviews are a waste of time, right? It's like, if this is what you're going to do, there's no point in doing these interviews or these town halls because you're not answering any questions.
Give startup small businesses a $50,000 tax deduction to start up their small business. Right now it's $5,000. Nobody can start a small business with $5,000. So that's part of my plan.
That's a teeny tiny business.
That's a business in
teeny tiny business.
It's a concept of a business,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
You know where I'm going. That's right.
Yeah, so that's all she got, right? All she got is jokes, right? She had more jokes than answers to that question, but everybody's laughing. Everybody's kiki and ha ha.
Laughing. Same ones that be complaining. Same ones that be complaining, man. Same ones complaining right now. And if she was to win, same ones complaining. And it's going to be a terrible next 4 years. As things get worse. But hey, y'all were giggling, laughing, and pooling and diving down. So hey, can't make this stuff up, man. But what an absolute just a disgrace, man. A disaster, train wreck. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry, man. I just don't see it. I just don't see how I just don't see it, man. You guys, I just don't see it. You know, if this is presidential to you guys, I'm sorry, man. Kiss the country goodbye. Kiss the country goodbye. And I don't like to say stuff like that, but I'm just being real, man. You know? And nothing. Oprah. You know, the elitist Oprah. You know, same woman that wanted to be Trump's running mate, same woman that was at Mar-a-Lago with the president, giving him hugs, eating key lime pie with him. You know, Oprah loved Donald Trump, man. They all turned their back on against him in 2016. And once the media turns against you, the majority follows, man. You can't make this stuff up, man. You just can't make it up. You just can't make it up. Check this out. Truth, man. They all loved the man. They all loved him. They all loved him. You can't make this stuff up, man. You just can't make it up. I'm gonna put it on the screen for y'all before we get out of here. Need y'all to see and hear this.
Last year criticizing U.S. foreign policy. What would you do differently, Donald?
I'd make our allies, forgetting about the enemies you can't talk to so easily, I'd make our allies pay their fair share. We're a debtor nation. Something's going to happen over the next number of years with this country, because you can't keep going on losing $200 billion, and yet we let Japan come in and dump everything right into our markets and everything. It's not free trade. If you ever go to Japan right now and try to sell something, forget about it, Oprah. Just forget about it. It's almost impossible. They don't have laws against it. They just make it impossible. They come over here, they sell their cars, their VCRs, they knock the hell out of our companies. And hey, I have tremendous respect for the Japanese people. I mean, you can respect somebody that's beating the hell out of you, but they are beating the hell out of this country. Kuwait, they live like kings. The poorest person in Kuwait, they live like kings. And yet they're not paying. We make it possible for them to sell their oil. Why aren't they paying us 25% of what they're making? It's a joke.
This sounds like political presidential talk to me, and I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not, but I do get tired of seeing the country ripped off.
Why would you not?
I just don't think I really have the inclination to do it. I love what I'm doing. I really like it.
Also, it doesn't pay as well.
No, it doesn't. But, you know, I just probably wouldn't do it, Oprah. I probably wouldn't, but I do get tired of seeing what's happening with this country. And if it got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally, because I really am tired of seeing what's happening with this country, how we're really making other people live like kings, and we're not.
That right there, y'all. He's never changed. Never changed, man. They changed on him. And you see, she look what she wrote. Look what she wrote him. Look what she wrote him. Look what she wrote him. You can't make this stuff up, man. But y'all, let me know what y'all think about this whole thing, man. What an amazing video, you know. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share the video. Join the family, join the channel if you are new here. Shout out to our channel members. I love you guys, man, and we are rocking and rolling, baby. 46 days away. 46 days, man. God bless you all and your families. I love y'all, and I will catch you beautiful people in the next one. Peace and love, y'all.